Welcome to the Point of Insight. Imagine a black night sky, and in it, a point, a tiny star. And now this part gets a little weird. Imagine that light pulls you like a beacon up and through itself. You land someplace new, somewhere you've never been, a different way of being. That's a point of insight. In this episode, the point of insight came when I was preparing to interview Robin Wall Kimmerer, the ethnobotanist, member of the Citizen Potawatomi Nation, and the author of the highly acclaimed and beloved book, Braiding Sweetgrass. Before I go to interview somebody, I sit with their work. I had never read Braiding Sweetgrass before, although I'd heard so many people tell me about the book. As I was reading it, I received what I could only call, quote unquote, a transmission. Maybe you've heard that term before, and that certain presentations, certain teachers, certain books can contain a transmission. From my own education in the world of meditation and Tibetan Buddhism, a transmission, spiritual transmission, occurs when the teacher is in a certain state of being, a certain state of recognition. They know something, they feel something, they're communicating it, and this is key, the person on the other end, the person receiving it, is open and interested. So here I am. I'm open and interested to get to know Robin Wall Kimmerer through Braiding Sweetgrass. And as I'm reading the book, the transmission I received from the book, from her writing, was that the trees and the garden outside of the living room where I was reading, everything started pulsing and breathing. And the leaves were like, "Hi, glad you finally noticed me. I've been here all along noticing you." Do you know how happy? Now, this, you may think, wow, what's going on with Tami? No, I'm not taking any, I actually don't go on psychedelic journeys of any kind because of the kind of way I process information and I already feel extraordinarily open. And if anything, I'm trying to always integrate and create a boundary frame around me. So here, I'm not taking any psychedelic drugs, but I'm reading Braiding Sweetgrass. And the trees are waving at me and saying, "Thank you, finally, for recognizing us." Because here was the point of insight, that we're always living in a natural world that is bringing us its gifts, that is overflowing with generosity towards us, bringing us the air, oxygen we're breathing, the food that we're eating, the beautiful flowers and their fragrances, and all of the ways that that creates the ecosystem where we live. It's always there. And I think there's just some part of me, honestly, and this is why the point of insight had to come and knock me on the head and knock me open. Because I think, I'm sitting around rattling around up in here, thinking about this, that, and the other thing, and not paying attention to the garden right outside my window and the cedar trees where I live right outside. So what the point of insight is for me in deepening into the teachings that I received from Braiding Sweetgrass is the point of reciprocity and what it's like when we feel and let in and really receive how much the natural world is giving to us. I mean, when I say that, I think it's so obvious. And yet I was changed by Robin Wall Kimmerer's work. I was changed in a recognition of feeling in a deep way the gratitude, the appreciation. And here's the key notion here about reciprocity. When we feel how much is being given to us, we want to give back. It's a very natural thing. If somebody comes to you and says, "Oh, I brought you this great gift. I was thinking about you and I wanted you to have it." Yes, of course, you say thank you. But I think this is a natural human thing. You don't just say thank you. You say, "I wonder what I could give that person. They got me such a terrific gift for XYZ day or Monday, Wednesday, my birthday, my anniversary, whatever day it is. I want to give them something on Monday, Wednesday, whatever day this is." That's just how we are. Generosity begets generosity all the time in all of our relationships. And here we are with the natural world, with the plant world specifically, which is what Robin Wall Kimmerer is writing about and speaking about as an ethnobotanist. She talked about, in the interview we did, about how she was invited to give a talk at the College of Natural Resources and how she recommended, as part of her talk, that they rename the college to be the College of Earthly Gifts. I don't think that actually happened. The point is not being in an extractive mindset when we're looking at the plant world as quote unquote resources, something we're acting upon, but instead we're recognizing the gifts that we're being given. Really, I'm going to say it just straight from my heart, the loving support that we're being given, the unbelievable overflowing cornucopia of beautiful life animating gifts that we're receiving. And then the question becomes, and this I think is the key part about reciprocity, when we feel what we're given, this desire that emerges, I believe, naturally. What can I give back? I want to give back. I'm going to give back. I'm going to give back with my loving recognition. And, Malidoma Some once said this to me once. He said, "Tami, the trees where you live," this is back when I lived in Boulder, "they're just waiting for someone like you to finally recognize them and talk to them and tell them how much you admire and how beautiful you think they are. If you feel that way, you should start talking to the trees." And I've noticed sometimes when I do that, there's a sense of, oh, finally this relationship is turned on because I'm here. I'm not just quietly receiving. I am speaking out loud and saying back how magnificent you are. That gift of our presence recognition, yes, and our language, our effusiveness, and it can be our sending of love, and even more so, our care, our tending, our protection, our giving back to what is giving to us. That's the point of insight, recognizing what we're given all the time, so much from the world where we are, the natural world, and then answering the question, and here is what I, through my life and my love and my actions, am going to give back.